What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Toys R Us exclusive Alien Genocide concept figures. Now, here we do have the red aliens in the packaging, and I really wanted this set because I really love the alien figures that NECA makes, but I also am a really huge fan of red. This is from the Alien Genocide comic series. And then it says both xenomorph figures feature over 30 points of articulation and stand over 9 inches tall. Featuring extendable inner mouths, bendable tails, and decoration that is exclusive to this set and not available anywhere else. You can see we do have the alien dog and the big chap alien mold right here. If we turn it to the back, we have more images of the red alien figures. We have the red alien queen, red alien xenomorph warrior, the alien dog, and big chap. Their queen is dead, and the hive has been left to flounder on its own on a world bereft. I don't know what that is. On a world bereft of its only guiding force, the Psychum is taking place. I don't know what that word is. Two strains of xenomorphs formerly united by one all-powerful mother now divide their forces in a world-shattering, acid-drenched civil war. And then we do get other figures available at the time I'm making this video. And really glad I have these guys in hand. I've actually wanted them, passed on them a few times. But what we're going to do is take a little break, get these guys opened up, and then we'll go on to the rest of the review. So sit tight, everyone. And first we're going to have a look at the big chap alien mold. And as you can see, a really nice looking figure. I'm really glad I picked this set up. I am a fan of the Alien movies, and I really love the color red, so this really stuck out to me. I just wish I had more Alien figures to compare them with, but as you can see, really nice looking figure. There's a lot of details on this big chap figure, and it's a fairly tall figure. I know the aliens are supposed to be in the 7-inch figure scale, but that still doesn't mean that they're 7 inches. In fact, let's actually bring out Daredevil, because I know a lot of collectors have this particular body build for a figure. As you can see, the alien stands about 9 inches tall, which is really dwarfs Daredevil here, and it's just really cool. I really do like the size and scale for the aliens. But before we go on to the articulation, let's actually have a look at the detail, because NECA did a really good job with the alien figures. And let's actually start at the head and work our way down. You can see it has that really nice foggy translucent dome, which I do like. You can even see the eyes right there. It's a really smoky translucent paint, and it gets foggy right over here. So just overall nice detail. It has these tentacles going from the mouth all the way to the back, and if you're not careful, depending on how far you move the head, you might accidentally snap one of those, or if you try taking the head off, which I really don't recommend you do. But one really cool feature about the xenomorph here is that it does have a hinged jaw with the little mouth that extends out. Now, not all of them come out as easy as that. You saw me just opening the mouth cause the inner mouth to come out. And I don't think it's supposed to be that way, because I know it's supposed to rest up in the mouth, but it's cool that it came out right on command. And let's actually just have a little better look at the details here. You can see all the little tendons and things going on. The teeth are this really nice silver color. And then it has this wet wash of it's like has a sheen about it that makes it look wet even though it's not, which I do like. Then we go down to the rib cage, and just really nice. I believe it's a red plastic with a black dry brushing and black wash, which brings a lot of the details out, even here on the arms. These little tubers on the back. And then even on the spine, you can see all the nice details from the dry brushing and the washing that just brings out all these fine little details in the arms, in the back. So I really do like this alien. You can see more of this just creepy looking design. Then we get to its hands, which it has 6 fingers. Really nice, and it's the same on both hands. 6 fingers here, 6 fingers here. Again, I really think NECA shines when it comes to detail, because not too many toy companies can give you detail like this for an affordable price. I mean, $40 for 2 figures, that's actually $45 for 2 figures. That's about what you pay for 2 toys anyway, so I'm not really complaining about that. And then we do get a lot of nice detail here on the tail. You can see how it's segmented, but it's all still one sculpt. A fairly long tail, although I think when we show off the runner alien, you'll be surprised at how long that tail is. So let's actually get the tail posed. And let's zoom out so we can go on to the big chap articulation. Okay, I think that's a good spot for the camera. The head is on a ball joint, so you can have it look up slightly. It can look down, tilt its head left and right, although it is a little loose on mine. So it's not the tightest fit, but it's not going to be all wobbly. Again, it is on a ball joint, so you can get it to look up, down, left, right, swivel, even tilt the head some, which I think just adds much more to the figure. Again, we do have a hinged jaw, and then once it's open you can pull out the second mouth. Arms on a ball joint go out to about that far. It is a little stiff because it is heavy with paint, but arms on a ball joint do a full 360. They do go out at an angle because of the way it's sculpted. It does have a swivel right here at the shoulder, a swivel here in the elbow, a bendable elbow, swivel in the forearm, a swivel and a hinge in the wrist. So we can get a lot of articulation there. And then we do get a ball joint here in the torso, which works really, really well. You can see it turns left and right, moves forward and back, goes forward about that far, back about that far. Also leans to the side, so we can actually get this thing posed in a lot of creepy poses, which I do like. The lower torso is a softer piece, so it does afford movement for the legs to go forward about that far, back about that far, then out about that far. We do get a thigh swivel, double joint in the knee. You can see the paint did seep into the joint, so it does make it a little stiff, but it does move. So if you're wondering about it, it is a little stiff. Just take a hairdryer to it and be really cautious moving it, and it's not going to have any snapping. We do get a ball joint in the foot, so it does move side to side, forward. Not the greatest range, but still enough. Doesn't go back. We get a hinge in the toe. And then we go on to the tail, where it has a wireframe in it, which is really nice. I do like that wireframe tail. You can get the tail pose any way you like it. But anyway, that's the big chap xenomorph for you. So what I'm going to do now is take him off screen, and then we'll review the red alien dog. So sit tight. And so here we have the red alien dog posed and out of the packaging, and let's get a good 360 of it. Really, really liking this figure. I think out of the two, the alien dog is my favorite of the two, and I don't know why. It just seems like a much better figure. But anyway, let's actually show off the accessory he comes with, because the alien dog does come with one accessory. It comes with this little stand, and this stand can clamp onto the torso or right here behind the tail, and you can get it. This is basically a support. Now I do caution, don't be stretching this out. Like once you get it clamped, don't be moving him around. If you have to, heat this up first before, taking it off, because this is clear plastic, and clear plastic tends to be more brittle than regular plastic, so that might break. And this guy actually does need the stand. If you have him with 3 points on the floor, he's going to stand fine, but the moment you give him, you take away the tail support, he falls right over. And that's because he has these really long spindly legs, and if you stand him upright, fully erect, let's see exactly how tall he is. Yeah, he's fairly tall, and I mean really, really tall. Let's just zoom out really fast. It's just so creepy. But yeah, standing straight up, I want to say, let's actually bring out Big Chap really fast. I want to say he has about 2 more inches on him, so he's probably 11, well not 11 inches up. Actually, he might be 11 inches from the top of his head down. Now, for another comparison, let's bring out Daredevil, who, you know, everybody should have this body build, so you can see he's really short compared to the alien dog if the alien dog is standing straight up. But again, he has no support standing straight up. These feet do not support his weight. He really doesn't have much to support his feet. So he's actually more of a quadruped than a bipedal creature. So if you're going to have him pose, more than likely you're going to have, you know, his knees bent, something like this, and maybe his tail on the ground, giving him that added support. But I really do like the dog alien. I don't know, there's just something about it being lanky, and I don't know, it's just so much creepier than the Big Chap alien. While we're at it, let's actually go into some detail, because again, just like with Big Chap, the dog alien has quite a bit of detail in it. And of course we're going to start at the head, which you can see it also has this clear dome on it. Except unlike the Big Chap alien, it still has that gradation from the foggy black to the really smoky translucent and then back to black. But then we get the ridges here. We don't get the skull, and we really don't see the eyes on it. And then we have all this detail right here. Again, you can see all the tendons in the mouth, and then the mouth does open, and the little inner mouth does come out. So that's all really nice and cool. And then we get to this really creepy looking chest cavity, and it's just so, I don't want to say scary, it's just creepy. You can see how segmented its spine is. And then we get over to its legs, which are really muscular, but again, he just doesn't stand under his own weight, so you always need that 3-point of contact for him. Otherwise, he's just going to tip over everywhere. And unfortunately, on mine, this hip is a little loose, so that does cause some problem standing him. But once you get him in that, once you find that sweet spot, he will stand perfectly fine. And again, always want to have 3 points of contact on the table or on your shelf for the dog alien. He actually has the ability to be on all fours. Let's actually show that off really fast. If you don't want to have him standing upright like a regular alien, being the alien dog, you can get him in more of a quadruped stance. And again, he has more points of contact here than he does standing upright, and this is more than likely the way you're going to have this guy displayed, is, you know, on all fours and not standing upright, because, you know, he's the dog alien. He came from a dog or an ox, depending on which version of the movie you watch. So he's really cool looking, and I really do like it. Moving on to his articulation, because he does have quite a bit. His head is on a ball joint. Now, on mine, it locks right here and right here, but between that, you can see it is really loose. It doesn't even hold unless it's looking straight down, which that locks fine, or all the way up, which again locks perfectly fine. No complaints here. Kind of wish that this joint was a little tighter so we could have him posed looking somewhere in the middle, but we can't. And then it does turn left and right. Do get some slight head bobble. Again, that mouth does open up, and the little mouth, the inner mouth, can extend outward. as you can see right there. Arms go out only to about that far. They do a full 360, a little better than the big Chap alien. He is double jointed in the elbow. We get a bend there and a bend here. We also do get a swivel at this bend and at the forearm. We have a hinge in the wrist, which works really well. We have a really good ab joint here, which goes forward, back about that far, forward this far, leans side to side, also swivels, so that's really nice. His legs are on the ball joint, so they go out to about that far, hindered by his design of the hip. They do a full 360 if you really want them to, swivel at the thigh. He is double jointed in the knee. He has a hinge right here in the ankle. This would be his heel, this would be his foot, and then he has some toe hinge joint right here, as well as some swivel. And I believe this part does swivel as well, so quite a bit of articulation on him, and that's not including the bendable tail, which, again, you can get it in any pose you like. I just think that his is a little stiffer than the big Chap alien. Oh, and his tail also swivels, in case you were wondering. But anyway, that's the Alien Genocide 2-pack. So what I'm going to do now is get these guys posed and move on to my final thoughts. Then we'll wrap up this review, so sit tight, everyone. So here we have the Alien Genocide 2-pack pose for my final thoughts. And yes, I did go a little bit overboard. I actually bought 2 sets of them. You can see we have 2 dog aliens right here in the front and then 2 big Chap aliens right here in the back. And I just really love the way these figures came out. Now, I do want to mention that before I even reviewed these guys, I did have to take the dog aliens apart at the knees. They were paint frozen. I couldn't get them to move. A little treatment under the hairdryer and I got their knees moving. But I did have to take their knees apart to separate the paint from the plastic. So be aware, if you are collecting these guys, there is a highly likely chance that there is paint stuck in the joints. Like I said, I have 2 sets. I had to do it twice. But anyway, if you're looking for this set, it is exclusive only to Toys R Us. And I really do think that it's a really nice purchase. I picked them up for about, I think it was $48 each, which is a really good pricing, is how much detail they each have. You're going to want to have these guys in your collection, especially if you have the red Xenomorph Warrior, or if you're just a fan of concept figures in general. You're going to want to have these guys in your collection. And with that being said, I'm KingofDragons 5000 saying don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews. All my toy reviews are also up, as well as all my other NECA Alien figures, which I think right now I only have the Grid Alien at the time I'm filming this, so yeah, that's the only one I have. Sorry about that. But as always, if there's a figure you guys would like to see me review, go ahead and let me know down in the comments, and if there's room in it in my collection, I will definitely have a look at it. And until next time, guys, I'm KingofDragons, and I'll see you later. Take care, everyone. My dream.